All right, welcome to the replay. Welcome to the replay, everybody. Just go ahead and swipe to the right for Apple, up from the bottom for Android, and share it. Share it right now with all your friends on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope. And also during the replay, you can also show some love by hitting the screen. So go ahead and do that right now. We're going to get started here with today's scope here shortly, all right? All right, welcome, Walt. Good morning. Put what city you're from. Tysa, welcome. Put what city you're from and go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it right now, ladies and gentlemen. We got a short scope today. We're going to try to make it short. So go ahead and start sharing with all your friends on Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, the whole cyberspace world. Go ahead and share it. Welcome, Meerkatters. Welcome, you guys. Go ahead and restream it over there at Meerkat. Go ahead and restream it at Meerkat and put in there. Thank you, Walt. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sabrina from Georgia. Good morning, Sabrina. Go ahead and share it with your friend, Sabrina. Hey, Green Tie. Hey, welcome, you guys. Welcome. We're going to get started here shortly. Go ahead and invite your friends. Show some hearts. Let's go ahead and loosen up and wake up and get ready to engage. It's all about engagement. All right, the money game, ladies and gentlemen, is all about engagement. Walaikum salam. It's all about engagement. Let's engage. Wealth building, money. The money game is a contact sport. All right? It's a contact sport. So if you're not making contact, ladies and gentlemen, then you're in the bleachers. If you're not making contact, then you're in the bleachers. If you're not engaged, then you're in the bleachers. All right? And there's no way you can win in the bleachers. You can't win the money game if you're in the bleachers. So, okay, looks like we're 2 minutes after. We don't want to be in delay. We don't want to be delayed. Good morning there at Meerkat. And let's change you guys around. All right, there you go. You seeing my chin. Hey, good morning, everybody. Morning. Daryl Muhammad here. Just excited to come to you again, brothers and sisters, with some more exciting information. I get excited every time I prepared to deliver what I've been blessed by God to learn over the last 30 years about the money game, right? About the money game, not as a spectator, but from actually being on the field. I was a stockbroker from 1996 to 2002, 6 years. And that was an eye-opening experience, all right? So we've been covering a series of the money game, how to play the money game, how to play to win, the rules and everything that we need to know, but most importantly, need to practice about the money game. Now, I'm going to be putting these past live streams on the money game on my website pretty soon, so you need to go there. Daryl, let's see, got it right here. DarylMuhammad.net. After this stream, brothers and sisters, make sure you go there, you sign up, you get on the list. We're going to start having private events. We're getting ready. We're putting things in place for 2016. So you want to get on board now because we're going to start having some live webinars for just our members over there at DarylMuhammad.net. So make sure you sign up over there. The way you can reach me at Periscope and Twitter. All right, at Daryl Muhammad, or on Facebook, Daryl Muhammad fan page. You gotta say fan page, Daryl Muhammad fan page. Well, brothers and sisters, we just want to welcome you for another live stream of the money game. The money game. We're going to cover the 3 things you need to know in order to determine if you're playing the money game to lose and not to win. All right, many times we think we're playing to win. And it's only because we're putting a lot of exercise, a lot of effort in, and we're working hard and we're hustling. But we're not playing it the right way, right? There's a right way and a wrong way of doing everything. We're not playing it to win. So here's the 3 ways to know if you're playing the money game to lose, all right? To lose. But before we do that, I want to encourage you to go to my website, DarylMuhammad.net, and click on More, and then click on Book List, and you'll find this book and a lot of other books that I highly recommend that I have read and studied, and some of them I'm picking them up for a second and third time. Brothers and sisters, you want to start investing in your education. And when do you want to do it? You want to do it right now. And if you click on those books then you'll go to my affiliate page. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Denise. You'll go to my affiliate page there on Amazon. And I tell you, there's no excuse not to buy books. A lot of those books are $5 and $4 and $3. And you only don't buy them because you don't want them, not because you can't afford them. All right. So we want to tell you to go ahead and do that. And also on that site is we're getting the site ready for 2016. Right. We're getting the site ready for 2016. There's also a tab, brothers and sisters, if you like my message, if you think is timely, if you think is unique, if you like the deliverance, please reach out to me. I'm available to do Skypes. I'm available to do conference calls. I'm available to speak to whoever, to young folks, professionals that are displaced, just about anybody. If you want me to come to your city and speak at a conference, I'll show you, or give me a call, reach out to me, and I can show you how you can bring me in there at no cost to you, right? I'll come and speak for free, FREE. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the money game today. Let's talk about the 3 ways to know if you're playing not to lose. You have to play to win, ladies and gentlemen. You can't play not to lose. Now, before I get started, I just want to give you a little commentary first. Now, here's some things that we have to always remember. Write this down. Somebody put it in the live feed. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen, because see, you have to know, not believe. You and I have to know that the majority of the people are playing the money game the wrong way. That's why 75 to 80% of Americans work from paycheck to paycheck. 80% of the people that you and I see working, no matter what their level of status of jobs are, no matter what kind of car they're driving, no matter how many degrees that they have, statistics say 75 to 80% of Americans who are working work from paycheck to paycheck. So there's no difference just because you make $100,000, right? You're not better than the guy that makes 50 if you're living from paycheck to paycheck, right? Paycheck to paycheck. So here's the thing, some commentary we need to understand. Thank you for inviting your followers. Brothers and sisters, invite your followers. All right, invite your followers. We're gonna have one. Hey, David, we're gonna have a Periscope on that. All right, invite your followers. Invite your followers. Restream over there at Meerkat. But here's what we got for you. All right, understand this unequivocally. Understand this. Hey, how you doing, David? Understand this unequivocally, ladies and gentlemen. The money game is 100%, totally and completely psychological. All right, somebody put that in the live feed. Somebody put that in the stream right there. The money game is 100%, totally, completely psychological. It has nothing to do with money. What? The money game has nothing to do with money? Yeah, that's right. The money game has nothing to do with money, ladies and gentlemen. It has everything to do with your psychology, your mindset, right? Your mindset. Thanks a lot, David. Your mindset. It has nothing to do with the money itself. See, with 95% of most people, they're chasing money, right? Hey, man, I found out how, thank you very much. I found out how you can make, thank you, this is Denise, for putting that in there. I didn't know how you spell psychological, but thank you. But anyway, so it's psychological, ladies. It has nothing to do with money. That's what you have to realize and constantly remind yourself. So when you hear the 80%, 90%, maybe 100% of our friends always want to taunt money, 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 make more money, make more money. Here's a way to make more money. Here's another way to make more money. Here's another way to make more money. Here's another way to make more money. All that kind of stuff, right? Then you'll know it's not, see, you say, well, they're in the 80%. That's that 80% is living paycheck to paycheck. Right? They're in that, you're not judging, not a bad person. They're probably some of the nicest people in the world. They just don't know the rules to the money game on how to win. Go ahead and share it right now with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Restream it over there at Meerkat. My intention is to bring you stuff that you're not going to get anywhere else. Right? My intention is to break through the noise that's on these live streams and social media. Right? That is my intention, to bring you stuff that you want to come back day after day after day after day. You go to DarylMuhammad.net and we connect and do some things together. Not talk and fantasize and intellectualize. Let me just say this, brothers and sisters. If you want to intellectualize and I want to intellectualize, then go get in academia. right? Just go and get in some university or some college or community college and make that your career. And you can not starve to death doing that. But let's not intellectualize something, right? But our intentions are to actually do it, to become it, to have it, to realize it. All right, because that's what a disconnect is. So we're just doing some commentary. So number 2 is understand that we can't play the money game by our rules, ladies and gentlemen. I know you grown, and can't nobody tell you what to do. All right. But when it comes to the money game, you cannot play by your rules. When we got here, the money game was already being played. Right? It's already being played. So we're going to have to learn the rules of the game when we got here. It's just like me saying, okay, I want to play football. I'm a super athlete, right? I might be the strongest, the greatest, the best talent the world has ever seen. But I'm not going to join the NFL and change the rules. I'm going to do it my way. I don't want to play it like that. There's not 4 downs. There are 5 downs because I'm such a great athlete. The football game, the game of football in the NFL was here before I got here. If I want to play it and play it to win, then I have to play by the rules that are established in the game when I arrive and decide to play. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Anybody listening out there? Does that make sense? So it is with the money game, ladies and gentlemen. So it is with the money game. The money game was here when we got here. There were rules already established when we got here. We have to follow those rules. Okay, if we plan on winning. Now, if you're not planning on winning, you have to follow those rules. You just lose all the time, and you'll just be happy that you play. At least I'm on the field, but then you won't even be on the field for much longer. All right, we're going to go another about 10, 15 minutes, brothers and sisters, and then we're going to open up for questions. I want this to develop into a dialogue, but we're going to save the questions for the end. Hey, Jamon. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So you say, well, I don't want to play those games. I don't want to play by those rules. Those rules are unfair. Well, you play by the rules, you become successful, and then you change the rules. You change the rules, brothers and sisters. All right? You got to get it. You have to play the game, right, that resonates with you. Maybe the stock market doesn't resonate with you. I don't like the stock market, right? So it doesn't resonate with me. So I'm not going to try to, force myself in an area that doesn't resonate with me. The whole premise is false, right? But if I find one that it resonates with me, meaning resonates with my spirit, hey, Living Sheik, welcome, thanks for restreaming, then I can play by those rules, right? I'll play it better. I'll play it cleaner. I won't cheat within the rules, what some people do, right? So you have to do that. Or you might take a position, I'm going to change the rules. Well, with the mentality that you're going to go in changing the rules, well, okay. Go ahead and update us and let us know how that works for you. All right? So welcome today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daryl Muhammad, real estate investor, entrepreneur, online, offline, sales and marketing, network marketer, you name it, brothers and sisters. I've been in this space for a long time, and I just want to share with you, right? I just want to share with you my experience, and you need to share with your friends. Right? Share with your friends. The quality of your friends are many times and most times determined by who you hang around with. If you like this message enough to be here this long for the past 13 minutes and you've been here day after day, then you should be sharing it with all your friends every time. You should be blowing it up. You should be determining and knowing for yourself how many times can you share a stream, a scope to your friends on Twitter per scope. You should know that. Because every 5 minutes you'll be sharing with your Twitter friends, sharing with your Twitter friends, sharing with your Twitter friends, sharing with your Facebook friends. Right? So go ahead and do that right now because we're getting into the 3 ways to know if you're playing the money game to lose and not to win. So we have to be aware of these things. It's good to know that, that you need to take the medicine to get well, but you need to know, more importantly, what caused you to get sick. Right? So we have to know what things, we have to be able to identify our internal enemies. We have to be able to identify the things that's not working for us. That's not going to allow us the greatest probability of winning. Success is mathematical. Success is mathematical. Right? So we have to do the things that will increase the probability, the mathematical chances, or the mathematical assurance that we're going to advance towards our goal and win. All right? So that's why we're talking about the 3 ways to know if you're playing the money game not to lose instead of playing it to win. You ready? We're going to do this for about 10 minutes and then we're going to open up for questions. All right? Number one way to know this is that you're not looking for specific opportunities to take you to the next level. You're not looking. Somebody put that in there right now. Thank you, Sister Denise. Somebody put that. Number one is you're not looking for specific opportunities to take you to the next level. Specific opportunities. Now, why did I say that? Specific opportunities. At first, I written down opportunities. But I want to be crystal clear, and we have to be crystal clear. Clarity gives you power, right? The clearer you are, the more powerful, the more power you have. It's like a laser beam, right? All right? So specific opportunities. Why do you say specific? Why? Because here in America, ladies and gentlemen, there's a million ways to make $1 million. There's 2 million ways to make $1 million. There's so many ways to make $1 million. If you don't qualify the type of opportunity that you're looking for, you'll stay distracted. You'll suffer from the symptom that I call, the disease that I call, and I've heard it called this before. All right? It's called the shiny object syndrome. The shiny object syndrome. Once again, you'll be distracted by money. Oh, I knew somebody made $100,000 in 3 months. You're looking over there. I heard somebody made $20,000 in 3 days. You're looking over there. And you're losing time, you're losing focus, and you're losing energy. So someone put in there in the Meerkat stream, number 1, Periscope stream, number 1 is you're not looking for specific opportunities. Just put that in there for short. You're not looking for specific opportunities that'll take you to the next level. Okay, because any opportunity will take you somewhere. But is it going to take you to the next level? That's number 1. Number 2 is we're afraid. Now listen to these words. We're afraid to invest in who we are becoming. We are afraid to invest in the person we want to be. If you want to be a multi-100,000-aire, then you have to invest in yourself. Right? I said invest in who you're becoming. Invest in you. And to invest to that which is going to make you like the person that you need to be in order to accomplish that thing. Right? It's like an athlete. Right? An athlete or a person might be 50 pounds overweight, but they want to train for a marathon. So they start every morning 50 pounds overweight, but they start with the mentality, they invest their time and energy in who they're becoming. They're becoming that 50-pound lighter person so they can run that marathon. They're becoming that 50-pound lighter person because they want to become that person that is living in health. Right? So same thing when we're talking about this money game. You and I have to invest. We can't be afraid to invest, right, in who we want to become financially. How do you do that? You do that by investing in books. How do you do that? You do that by investing in books. How do you do that? You do that by investing in programs, right? How do you do that? You do that by investing in programs, right? How do you do that? You do that by going to seminars. Right? How do you do that? You do that by understanding that 100%, completely and totally, money is psychological. Money is psychological. It's not you learning a new trait. It's not you learning a new skill. It's psychological. You and I learning a new way of thinking. So you can't be afraid to do that. And you know that you're making one of these three, or God forbid, all three of these mistakes. You'll know that you're playing not to lose by being afraid to invest in who you're becoming. Being afraid to invest, right, in yourself, buying books. But instead, we'll entertain and be more quick to invest in things, right? Things give you immediate gratification. Investing in yourself and who you're becoming, see, you're invested in the future, so it's not an immediate gratification, so that's the challenge. But when you spend money versus invest money, you're going to spend it on those things, right, that you're going to get immediate gratification. Because when you invest, you're going to get a rate of return, ROI, over a period of time. But when you spend money on food, you're looking for your food, your dinner to come right away. All right? So that's number 2. Right? There's 3 ways to know if you're playing the money game not to lose. Not to lose. Number 1 is what? You're not looking for specific opportunities to take you to the next level. Right? Number 2, you're afraid to invest in who you're becoming. You're afraid to invest in yourself. You're afraid to invest in the person that you're striving to be. Instead, you'll spend money. Spend money on other things. Spend money on other things. Now, number 3 is, before I get into that, let me just tell you what I do, ladies and gentlemen. This is the rationale that I use, and it works for me, right? And it should work for you. But it's not an emotional. Money is not emotional. Money is not emotional. All right? There is no emotions in the money game. None. All right? So here's what I do. Once I identify that this purchase, right? This investment, this consideration, let's call it. Something popped up in my view, and I'm under consideration. I said, wow, that's interesting. The question is, can it take me to the next level? Might not be to my destination, but closer to my destination, to the next level. I ask myself, is this something that I need to get to the next level? The next level. So, because see, what happens is we invest money in stuff that we'll need 10 steps down the road and fail to invest in things that we need for the next step. So we never get to step number 2 because we've invested time and effort and energy and money in step number 5. Right? If you don't financially afford to do that, then I say do it. Right? But if you're niggardly, if you're tight on money, if you're stingy on money, if you're short on money, then this is what I do. I look and see if it's something that I need to get to the next level, to help me with a breakthrough, right? And then I look at it, I say, okay, if the investment, the purchase, if you will, the investment is greater than this money, if it has more value than this dollar that I'm trying to hold on to, then I'm ready to release it. I'm ready to let it go, and I let it go joyfully. Why? Because the dollar is losing value every day that it stays in your pocket. Every time it stays dormant, you're losing value from it. Due to inflation or not due to inflation, but in our case in America and around the world, due to inflation. So the longer you hold your money and you don't put it to work, the less and less value it has, the less and less opportunity it has to work for you in the future. So I'm always looking, within reason, not emotionally, within reason, I'm looking for the piece of the puzzle that'll give me a breakthrough or take me to the next step, the next level that gets me closer to my ultimate goal. And once I identify that thing, once I identify what it is that has more value to get me to the next level than the value of the money that I have in my pocket, then I say yes. I say yes to, all right, that opportunity. But it has to be able to take me to the next level, right? It has to be able to take me to the next level. Number three. Here's number 3, ladies and gentlemen. And then we'll open up for questions and answers, brothers and sisters. We're not feeding our minds the right food. We're not feeding our minds the right food. Right? If your goal and objective is health, you need to feed your mind information about healthy living, healthy eating. Right? If your goal is to have the best, children, then you need to invest your time, your mind. Your mind needs to feed on what it takes to be good parents to raise good children. We're talking about the money game here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the money game. So you have to feed, or you're not feeding your mind on the right foods, the right mental foods, the right information. Now we use that term food. Why? Because we know how important food is. How often do we eat? Many of us. Some of us eat one meal a day, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Right? But the point of the matter is, how many days do we go not eating? Very, 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 very few people go a day or two without eating. So we're talking about feeding our minds. Then the question is, how often should you feed your mind? Here's a little rule of thumb that I use. You should feed your mind at minimum as often as you feed your body. If you eat 3 times a day, then you need to be feeding your brain 3 times a day. Your mind, I should say, 3 times a day. In that specific area, we're talking about the money game. So take your book with you. Take your book with you. Right? You get a break, lunch break, get a break, you read. You read while you're eating your lunch. Right? You take a break, you can take a break, I think by law, every 4 hours or 3 hours. Go get you a book and read it. Some of you guys can read at work. If that's the case, oh man, hands down. You got it. All right? That's why you need to look at the books I have on my website and pick 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of those books and get them. Right? Go to darylmuhammad.net, click more book list, and get a book. Get a book every month. Well, I'm not going to read it every month. See, you're playing the money game not to win. Right? Or you're playing it not to lose. You're not playing it to win. You're playing it to lose. You don't have $5 for a book. And as I learned years ago when I went to these real estate seminars back in the 80s, the guy said, for those of you that can't afford this real estate training program, who can't afford it, you don't have any money, you're the ones who need it the most. Right? So I'm not talking to you, I'm talking through you to that spirit that might be in you that's focusing on what you don't have. What you don't have. I heard a mentor say, and it's very, very powerful, brothers and sisters, and I'll share it with you right now. And remember this, you need to write these things down. Right? Write these things down. Words are powerful. Matter of fact, I would say, personally speaking, is the most powerful thing in the universe after love is words. Words. I heard a mentor say, and I forgot who I heard it from, but it goes like this. Stop looking at what you don't have. Right? Look at what you don't have to get what you don't have. Stop looking at what you don't have and look at what you do have to get what you don't have. Wow, that's powerful, brothers and sisters. That's powerful. Stop looking at what you don't have. Look at what you do have and use that to get what you don't have. So as Grant Cardone said, nobody's broke. You got time, you have energy, and you have effort. And you have your will to make things happen. So those are the 3 ways to know if you are playing the money game not to lose. And you'll always lose if you play not to lose. So recap real quick is what? You're not looking for specific opportunities. Number 2, you're afraid to invest in who you're going to become versus spend money on who you are. All right. And number 3 is you're not feeding your mind, not your brain, your mind, the right foods. And how often do you eat? At minimum, that should be how often you feed your mind. So remember, for those that got to leave right now, thank you very much for being here. But we're going to open up for question and answers. But before you leave, make sure you write down and go to darylmuhammad.net, subscribe, because here the next couple of weeks, we're going to start having some private live webinars just for our members over there at darylmuhammad.net. And if you like my message, you want to do a conference call, you want to empower some young people, you want me to come in and speak at your group or organization, I'm available, and I'll do it for free. Right? Be consistent, awesome scope. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for questions and answers. Hey, and also I'm going to start doing some daily commentary, brothers and sisters, as this thing heats up with the boycott, right? The Christmas boycott, the Black Dollar boycott, the Black Lives Matter, with the things with the preachers and Donald Trump. I'm going to come to you on a daily basis with my version of the commentary from a financial empowerment standpoint, because we always leave that out as black people. I don't know what we're thinking about. Financial or economic empowerment, that's more appropriate. Because financial empowerment, we all out here just trying to grab what we can grab. But economics has to do with a system of distribution and circulation and development of wealth. That we don't do. That we don't talk about. All right? We talk about, just grabbing. So you got one black person here with money and one black person here with money. But as a group, we all broke, right? The rest of us who don't have any money just pull down whatever financial good that those are doing as it pertains to the whole. So any questions? Go ahead and put your questions in the live feed right here, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and put your questions in the live feed. And if there's no questions, be the winner, and then you can change the rules. Yeah, of course, if that's what you have to do. Yeah, that's right. Be the winner. Right? Be the winner. Thank you, David. Appreciate your comment. Appreciate you for being here. All right? We definitely welcome you for being here. All right? Any other questions? Put some questions in there, ladies and gentlemen. Anything that I need to elaborate on? All right? 3 ways to know if you're playing the money game not to lose versus playing the money game to win. You have to play to win, ladies and gentlemen. You have to play to win. You can't play not to lose. You can't. How can you win a championship by forfeit? Right? By your opponent forfeiting the game. I don't know the last time I heard about any game being forfeited because, some violation of the rules. But if you're playing not to lose, you're playing with the hopes that you'll win by forfeit. Right? Those that are trying to win around you, they forfeited the game, meaning they disqualified themselves. Who does that? That's don't even play the game. Just get in the bleachers and be the best fan you can be. Cheer those of us on that are trying to do it. Give us words of encouragement. Pray for us. Support us. Buy our products. Come to our program. Support us in that manner. All right? Be smart. Be a smart consumer. Be a smart consumer. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Go to darylmuhammad.net. Sign up, subscribe there. And also be on the lookout for my daily commentary. I'm going to do those sporadically as the Spirit kind of hits me on what's going on in our community and from a financial, economic empowerment perspective. All right? So as always, thank you for being here. We'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. All right? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, take care and God bless.